Hi guys, and welcome once again to Stellaris. So, hopefully you guys are doing okay. Now, on the last episode we finished off just having beaten, I think it was pirates or something like that. So, our military fleet is on its way back. We can get rid of some of these pop-ups. Our colony ship, I think, is heading to this planet now. Yep, there you are. Now, at the moment, I can only have 3 planets. Or, well, I say I can only have 3 planets. I can only control 3 sectors myself. And by that, what I mean is, if this sector, for example, had 2 planets, I could colonize both of them and it'd only count as 1 on here. But as all of these... So, this, for example, it's got 3 different planets in it. So I could colonize all of these planets and it'd only count as 1 sector, which is awesome. But for these that have only got a single planet, or only got a single planet I can actually colonize at the moment, they each count as 1. And if you go over that limit, you get debuffs and all sorts of things. But what you can do is you can set up sectors. So if I create a new sector, you would choose a planet that it's starting at, and then sort of how much territory that sector owns. And you have to be careful, you have to give the sector enough energy and materials to sort of run, and then any excess it generates can go to you, sort of thing. So if you want to expand, you know, to half the galaxy or something, you're going to need to start using sectors. Now, when this game first came out, sectors were kind of broken. Thankfully, they have been fixed a lot. I'm not going to say they're perfect, but they work a lot better than they used to. But we are going to unpause and speed up time again and get going. Now, we're earning a decent bit of materials. I want to start building some space stations and stuff, or the mining platforms and things in some of these areas. So 135 for 4 energy, yeah, go for it. And I don't have enough for those yet. Okay. There's 8 there. Wouldn't mind the 8 materials. Well, that's going to cost a lot in platforms. Unity, what are we looking at? 41 months before we get the next bit. Wow. Okay. And our ships have been fully repaired. Now let's combine these 2. Thank you. Awesome. Research is finished. Now, I could go with deflectors. I'll pause for the second while I'm waiting, or while I'm deciding. I could go with deflectors so that my ships can take more of a beating. I could go with power cores so that I could sort of, you know, charge my ships a bit better and have more energy draining items. Although I think this is the first layer of shields. And the biggest thing that uses power on your ships is shields. So, yeah, shields, thank you. Wasn't that long of a decision, but okay. Oh, that's the search bar because I pushed F instead. I have a brand new keyboard today, so the layout is a little bit different than my old keyboard. So forgive me if I hit the wrong key occasionally, it's just where I'm getting used to it. It is a much nicer keyboard though, so yeah. So, our science ship has finished doing that. Well, let's have it survey this system because it's within my border. So I'd like to know, you know, what's there. See if I want to build a mining station there. And you ended up in your own... There we go. That's better. Okay, I've not got any more being built. The Corvette assembly yard, I want that. Because what this does, it makes building corvettes faster, it also decreases the cost. So yeah. And a non-aggression pact has been formed between these two empires. And the leader's gained a level. Awesome. Now, where are you heading at the moment? Was I just sending you out to see stuff?
Colonization.
Well, I'll tell you what, you go back home. Go back home and join that fleet. And did that say... Ah, yes it did. Colonization in progress. Oh. Well, that's bad. Get away from them. Right. And now, go and survey that system. Go a different route. Good plan. Okay. I'm getting a decent supply of energy now. It's going to cost 202 to build those. But yeah, I wouldn't mind getting this 8 materials. You know what, I'll send the construction ship down there. By the time it gets there, I will probably have enough materials. Oh dear. I thought we might die there, but nope, managed to escape. I must admit, I love the music in this game. Some of the soundtracks are awesome. And you can actually choose what soundtrack you listen to as well. I mean, just look at that. And if you don't like them, oh, I can just turn that one off because I never want to hear it. Which I think is awesome, because a lot of games don't do that. They just go, right, this is the soundtrack, listen to it, that's it, that's your choice. So, yeah. Now, I want to add you to my quick bar. Well, you're progressing quite quickly. Now, I can upgrade that facility, and I think a little bit more food would be a good thing. Not for this planet, but for this one, and then this one, because the extra food will allow my population to grow a little quicker, which is always a nice thing. And I think it's about time I cleared some of these blockers. Oh, research that anomaly, please. Although I can't afford it yet. Now I can.
Colony established.
Oh, it's one or the other. Well, okay. Leave them both there and then... Right. You're upgrading and you are ready. Oh. Now I could do... Oh. Ah. New race discovered then. I think a materialist sort of response is in order to that. They're spiritual. Meh. But spiritual people can sometimes be pacifistic as well, so, you know. I think increasing my border range by 20% would be a nice thing, because it'll push back sort of the borders around here. No access. Oh, and then you disappeared because you... Oh. Okay, so that'll eventually turn up back at my home world. That is nearly finished. Okay. The readings originate from a small research outpost, which the Hunter has no records of establishing or indeed authorizing, on the surface of Alpha Hydri. It is staffed by one Hunter scientist, a fairly talented and ingenious one, if their research is anything to go by. There is a problem with regards to the identity, however. We have been unable to match them against official state records, and they refuse to identify themselves, save for stating that they are an exile. They have expressed an interest in returning to Zana and serving the Huntak directly on the condition that the Zamzen immediately depart and no Huntak ship ever returns. Okay. No, you know what? Out of the question. Search every nook and cranny of that outpost. I want to know what's been going on there. There is nothing unusual about the research outpost itself. It is little but a temporary shelter erected against the savage elements, allowing surface-level planetary study for a limited time before it wears down and conditions become untenable. The outpost is nearing the end of its lifespan, but the planet's intense chill has yet to critically degrade the impermanent structure. It's alright, my eyes just went cross-eyed there, I couldn't bloomin' read it. The equipment, functional, cheap, indeed intended to be abandoned, is well used, and the local data banks are filled with details but ultimately mundane accounts of the planet, as well as simple experiments that were carried out in its harsh environment. Curiously, no closer examination seems to have been made of the mineral outcroppings the outpost's foundations rest on. Scans by the Zamzeran indicate that the geological formation, a mountain mostly buried under ice, may be partially hollow. More alarmingly, Science Officer, I'm not going to try and pronounce that, reports that the sole inhabitants of the outpost are mysterious exile, or the mysterious exile, has gone missing and is nowhere to be found. Well, he's probably in the hollow mountain somewhere, isn't he? Okay. Oh, and he's already heading off to do that research. Awesome. Slightly worrying. Are you? Yes, you are. So, right, you join that fleet. Thank you very much. We're getting a nice little fleet going. Granted, it's nothing in comparison to, you know, what we'll need, but it's a start. And we found nothing of interest there. Yay. Always good. Right. You're there. Still need more before I can do that. I could start upgrading some of these bases, but that'll take my materials that I want for this. Build all the mining stations. Thank you very much. Because that'll get me another 8 a month, which... Lovely. So, more materials. Oh, that's the F key again.
Research complete.
Yay, what have we finished? Oh, we've finished shields. I think unlocking the physics lab would be a nice thing. Let's have a look at our ships. So at the moment we're just going with the auto-generated best design. That's what our little corvettes look like. So yeah, it's changed. So it's now using the shields that we've just unlocked. So if we upgrade the native life on Ilum Prime is built on an epic scale, far larger than any previously thought were possible for biological life. The question now in the minds of our researchers is, what is their secret, and can we benefit from it? Proposals to study the native life in greater detail are flooding in. Yeah, study the larger life, please. Research it. It's gonna take a little while, and it's gonna use obviously my society research, but yeah, you can get really good bonuses and stuff sometimes, so I don't mind. Right, if you can come over here and survey some of these systems, please. That will be awesome. Now, how is this planet doing? We've still only got 2 people on it. Well, I think building a farm first. May as well build 2 farms because I've already got people on there. We'll upgrade that farm as well. Yeah, that should be good. I could also build... can't yet. I've run out of materials. Okay, carry on. Yeah, we were having a look. Oh no, what I wanted to do was upgrade the ship. So once this ship has joined this fleet,
Research complete.
I am going to upgrade the whole lot. And we've just finished that research. Wonderful. I think material processing would be nice. As far as I recall, that one gives a plus 10% to planetary materials. So for every planet you build it on, that planet gets a 10% plus to the materials produced. Which, you know, if you build a lot of materials sites on one planet, it's quite useful. Now, I really want to clear that,
Construction complete.
but obviously not going to be able to yet. Right, just have the mine pause because we've just got our Unity. I also want to build a robot. Or 2. There we go. Yeah, I think we'll have that one, please. So now the cost of having frontier outposts and things like that is reduced. So with our 2 gain, we can get a little bit further in the universe. Power is equivalent to most of them, although you're superior. Yeah, we're equivalent, I think, to most species that we've encountered so far. Now, in the past, once you had a fleet of this size, you could attack another opponent. Oh, that's just telling me about a new faction, either with us or with another group. Probably with us.
Construction complete.
But yeah, so you'd get a fleet like this, and then you would attack the enemies to turn them into tributaries or vassalize them. And you could actually do it. Like, it was a good strategy to, you know, as soon as the game started, find your nearest neighbour and attack them. Not so much of a valid strategy now, because star bases, as in like these star bases that you build above your planets, they got a buff. So now they're at like 1,000 fleet power. Your ship's 300. You're gonna lose to that space station, and every, you know, starting world has a space station. So yeah, you're going to lose until you've built that up quite a lot. So you can't really go on really early assaults of enemy species or anything, which is slightly annoying, but I can understand why in some respects, because the early game just becomes sort of a rush otherwise. You're migrating. Okay, fair enough. I don't mind you migrating. Let us increase these. And I want to build a power plant on this world. I want one there as well once I have enough materials. We're getting 32 materials at a time now. Oh, research that, please. Come on. One more month pass. There we go. And that's the construction that was doing. Right, in which case, send you over here now. Are you within our territory? You are. Go over there. Thank you. Right, the asteroid appears to have served as the home of a single, not even going to try on that, individual. Deep scans show a series of connecting caves in the asteroid's interior that follow a pattern similar to the rooms seen in an ancient Yecht dwelling. They have been discovered elsewhere. To learn more, we have to dispatch an away team to investigate the core caves. Okay. That will be that one. And I need a level 5 scientist for that. You're only level 4 currently. Keep doing what you were doing. Level up a little bit, would you? So by colonizing this, we've capped out on our 3 colonies. Now, there are ways to increase this number. There's researches you can do. There's particular ascension perks that increase it, things like that. But sometimes you're better off with a small number of worlds. I think I've said this before, that your research, the more population you have and the more planets you have, the more time it takes for the research to be done. Now granted, that's offset by if you're, you know, colonizing level 20 worlds, then, you know, you can build loads of research facilities and offset that increase in cost. But after a while, when you start, you know, colonizing 20, 30, 40 planets, that cost goes insanely high. So, the asteroid TBR-63 is emitting some form of radiation in controlled bursts. Is something trying to communicate with us? Research it, please. Find out if someone or something is trying to communicate with us. Oh. You've gained a new level. Awesome. Are you on our primary world? You are. We don't have governors on the other world yet. Right. Oh. Just move you there for the minute. I want a mineral silo. Now, the mineral silo, it doesn't give you any bonuses on the planet itself, but it does increase your storage capacity by 2,000. And late game, when you're trying to build mega structures and all sorts of stuff like that, having a massive stockpile is a good thing. So yeah, doing that early. A cobbled together comms repeater has been inexpertly strapped to TBR-63. Oh, inexpertly, that's the one. Science officer is confident that this is part of a relay network for pirate communications. Initial analysis indicate that the messages relayed are not of a particular strategic sensitive nature, but rather pirate inter-ship communications between individual crew members. Okay, perhaps we can learn something about life in deep space. So that world just got a massive social boost. Nice! I want that world in my territory. And the physics lab has been finished. Okay. I think the global energy management would be a lovely thing to have. Now, if we look at our worlds, I really want to clear these. Because I want to start producing more science. And the way to do that is obviously building more science facilities. You're moving. Why? It's a lovely world. It's kind of cramped, but it's a lovely world. I think... Oh, I've run out of money. Damn. Once I have some money, build another mining station. Or mining network. I must admit, this planet is more clean than this one. Like, it doesn't have as many blockers and things like that, which is always nice. If we put that there and put that there. Oh, and our science ship has finished everything it was after. And I think putting a research facility there will be nice. Right. Go survey some of these systems, please. I am very worried that that's going to get cut off soon. And it's a long way round. Plus an alien fleet is in the way there. That might not be good. Survey that one as well. Survey there and here. Just giving my ship a few orders so that I don't have to worry about it. It will just go off and do some stuff. Can't build the mining station because I have run out of money once again. Lovely. Well, go and build it. I was going to just send it over there, but I got enough money just in the second I was doing it, so perfect. Thing is, the more sort of materials you earn and the quicker you earn them, the quicker you can build more stations, the quicker you can earn more. So it is quite a spiral. Once you get to the point where you're earning a decent amount, it just spirals and constantly you earn more. Lots of rivalries being declared. Now, a rivalry is one way of earning more influence points. So, for example, if I went over here to this species and declared rivalry, I would only get plus 0.16 influence. However, if I said to these people, you are a rival, I get plus 6 or plus 0.6 because we're sharing a border and things like that. So depending on who you decide is your rival, now rivals obviously they lose friendship with you and things like that, and you instantly close your borders to them and things like that. So it's not a good idea to just turn everyone into a rival. But if you're already unfriendly and things like that, then it can be a good idea. And if, you know, your power to them is equivalent, because if they get really annoyed at you and you're weaker than they are, they will attack. So, yeah. But if you're running low on influence, that's a way to increase your gain. So declaring those rivalries. Now, I think I need to start building research bases so that my science income increases. And I think I want the next level of spaceport as well, because that'd be nice. And that's something else I want to do. I want to build up enough so that I can build spaceports. Because building spaceports is what increases your naval capacity the most. So, good idea to do it. The only problem is it costs quite a bit. And at the start of the game, that cost is quite high. Right, now construction ship. Go and build a research station there, because 6 research for 1 station, good deal. Oh, you finished building some of this. Okay. Well, for the moment, I'll just swap you like that, because I'd prefer to get the increased materials than the food. I will swap them back, however. Or in fact, let's... Oh, it doesn't matter, you're still getting the maximum bonus.
System survey complete. Anomaly found.
Research that, please. How long are you going to take? You're plussing 1 a month, so it's going to take another 5 months before you're finished. Okay. How are my other worlds doing? Okay, all of them have been cleared. Some kind of burrowing silicon-based life form inhabits a vast network of tunnels beneath the barren surface of... Another name I'm not going to try and pronounce. As best as we can tell, the creatures feed off rocks, and there is evidence to suggest that they possess a rudimentary form of intelligence. Their tunneling efforts have shuffled large amounts of valuable materials to the surface. Oh, okay, so that place just gets an extra boost in materials. I ain't complaining. Right, we have enough materials to build another spaceport. Lovely. And you've got 2 months to go. And we've got enough for the last bit. So, we're going to unlock that, which unlocks our first Ascension perk. So, as you can see, there are quite a few Ascension perks. Many more than 8. And you can only have a total of 8 Ascension perks. You get 1 every time you finish one of these, and there's 1 that you can research very late game. Well, I say very late game, just later in the game. Now, a lot of these requires things that I don't have yet. And some of them even require you, like this one, requires 1 other Ascension perk to be selected first. So even if I have the other requirements, I can't have this first. And, you know, some of them require you to have 2 or 3. So this one requires 2 other Ascension perks to be selected first. So, yeah. But what are we actually going to have? We can increase our border range by 25%. We can research, or our research speed gets a plus 10%. Governing ethics gets a 30% attraction bonus, and our unity output is increased. Master of Nature. Now this one is a very good one. It clears blocker cost minus 100 and unlocks the ability to clear most tile blockers. And this is one way to increase the core systems. So by doing this research, you get a plus 5 to your core systems. Now I think, yeah, we got a plus 2 to our core systems just by finishing this Ascension tree, or Traditions tree rather. So I don't think we need 10 to our core systems. So I'm torn between Mastery of Nature and Interstellar Domain. Or Dominion rather, because the extra border range is nice, but being able to clear, you know what, yeah, we're going to go with Mastery of Nature, because being able to clear every one of these tile blockers without doing the research and without having to pay a cost other than time is such an insanely overpowered thing. So we are literally just going to go through and unblock every tile on this world. And then same with this world. And then we'll swap you two, because you're about to be finished. And we've already done that world. But yeah, so, I mean, that would have cost me, say, 100 energy and 100 materials per tile blocker. And there's what, 10 on this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 10 of them. So that would have cost me 1,000 of both energy and materials. And I've just done it for free. That's insane. So yeah, for your first Ascension perk, I strongly recommend that one. And there is a secondary bonus that you don't really consider. When you're doing research, you don't now have to do all of the research that unlocks the tiles because you've already unlocked them all. So it negates like 7 or 8 different researches that you'd have to do in the society research tree. So that lets you then research other things. So it also speeds up your research just because you don't have to do those researches anymore, which I think is awesome. After a period of research and study, the scientists on Elioma Prime have managed to make a breakthrough and achieve limited communication with some of the Titans. While huge, slow, and difficult to talk to, the Titans are incredibly tough and strong. Some few have expressed a desire to join our military forces, where they will undoubtedly be an incredible asset. Awesome. So we can now recruit for our armies on a particular world. Yep, on a particular world, Titanic beasts. Wow, they're expensive. But look at how much damage they deal. They deal between 5 and 10 damage, and normal assault army deals between just under 2 and just under 4. So massive difference in damage output. So that's kind of awesome. So if we're ever going to war, I need to remember that the third planet has Titanic beasts. We have encountered some form of alien vessel in the Azaz system. I'm reading that as Azaz or Azax. Probably Azax. These strange objects have been flagged as Azax until we can learn more about them. So that's just basically telling me there's another species that we've discovered somewhere. I've no idea where. Might just be another sort of small species, but yeah. Okay. I think if you go and build a research station there. Well, there's 4 there. And then, yeah, none over there. Oh! An investigation into a peculiar cluster of debris and space dust has yielded surprising results. It's a particulate cloud bristling with a powerful charge of unknown origin that has no business exhibiting simple reflective actions, let alone movement with purpose. And yet it does. There is something undoubtedly ominous about the hazy subject of the relayed video feeds. Perhaps there are things in the universe we should not tangle with. So let us watch but not interfere. So that gives me another research project. So yeah, let's observe the void clouds, please. Find out just what they are. So because we've got that extra, I could, if I wanted, colonize these worlds. Now, there's another over there, but that's only a 13. That's not really worth colonizing. Oh, and after successfully translating their language, we have established communication with the independent space station of the... Oh, it's a merchant's guild. Okay, awesome. So they'll allow me to trade materials and energy.
System survey complete.
Yeah, there's not really any more world. I mean, there's one up there, but even that's only a 14. Yeah, I think I might just colonise the 2 worlds near me now. The Zamzerum reports that the fleet has come across a pirate hub. This is likely the source of the corrupting influence that turns some of the outcast and criminal elements of the Huntak technocracy into violent freeboaters. Going by their massive, misshapen and visibly aged ships, these pirates are likely the remains of some past galactic era, possibly descendants of privateers in an ancient war turned pirate following the mutual destruction of enemy and ally alike. So, where are they? No, damn, just before we got a good look at it, our ship left. Never mind. A 10k fleet. Wow! Not even going near that place for a while. That's a ridiculously large fleet. Yeah, as I say, I think I'm just going to colonise these 2 worlds now. Because that'll increase my influence. Oh, well, it'll increase my sort of range in this area. So, let us... Oh, and have I managed to build? I have. I've built a spaceport on both of those. So I want a colony ship, please, and I don't have enough materials for a second one. Okay, just 1 colony ship then for the moment. And I'll colonise these 2 worlds. Well, that's a 20 and that's only a 15, so I'll do the 20 first. I might not even do the 15, because a 15... not really that great. Let's upgrade our materials. It's still obviously clearing all these out for the moment. Okay. The void clouds are, as far as the Huntak research can tell, among the oldest entities in the universe. They seem to have originated just a few billion years after matter as we know it first appeared. The tremendous force of the young cosmos making something out of nothing. They would have been stars once. But were not. Okay. Explaining their apparent animal intelligence is more difficult, but the answer might lie in the abnormally strong electromagnetic fields that are keeping them together, another product of their primordial beings. It is not inconceivable that, given enough time, their circulation of its strange stardust and gravitation fields align in a flexible approximation of neural pathways. Moreover, the clouds seem to be receiving impulses from one another, if not outright communicating light years apart. Quantum entanglement is suspected to play a role in this phenomenon. They will not stand in our way. So we get 60 physics research. We also get the cloudburst modifier, which gives us 10% damage towards them. So it's like the oldest thing in the universe. Quick, destroy it! Never mind. Right, now I want to build research labs. No, I can only build 1. Come on, tick over to the next month. Let me build another one. Doesn't matter that much. The population hasn't even grown yet, but there we go. So that completely fills up my homeworld. Right, the director of the Museum of Exobiology on Zana has issued a request for the procurement of several live alien specimens. These creatures were spotted on surveyed habitable worlds, but they are difficult to capture and will require the full resources of a science ship for a lengthy period of time. So we could just say no, we're too busy, but Yeah, let's begin the alien specimen procurement
Situation.
event chain.
Research complete.
Wow, that's a lot of them. Okay, track them all. And new research. I think go with a better power core for our ships would be a nice thing. Right. Let's send our ship to do these research projects while we're still friendly with them and they've not locked us out their territory. Oh, that one I'm not a high enough level yet. So hopefully after doing that I'll then be a high enough level for that one. Do that research project. Oh, and one over there. Any more? Nope, that looks like all of them. Well, hopefully my ship will manage to do them all. Obviously, as I say, there's that still, but I'm not a high enough level yet, so not much I can do about that. Stop tracking. I don't need to see them constantly. How's our colony ship coming along? Almost finished. Really? You jumped straight into hostiles? I'm really glad it didn't stop my orders. Right. Let us go and colonize this world. Oh, and it comes with a research bonus straight away. Awesome. We will colonize that square there with nothing on it. Oh, I could build a thing above it to get resources from it. Okay. Where's our construction ship? Down here currently. Building research stations, aren't you? Well, the more research stations I have, the quicker I will learn things, so can't really complain. Thank you. Let us save you to the 4th slot. Inactive buildings. Well, yeah, that's because the population hasn't finished growing yet. You are going to be a physics lab. You, I think, an engineering facility. And to be honest, I'm thinking another engineering facility. Construction ship is finished. Build mining stations, please, and then go and build a research station there. Then mining stations there. While we've got the energy, or materials, we may as well use them. Right, and yeah, so another engineering facility, I think. What edicts do I have access to? That one's not a bad one, Spirit of Science. But my planet isn't really producing much, so increasing it by 20%, yeah, wouldn't do much. But I think I'm going to leave it off there, guys. Oh. The crew of the Zamzeran have managed to collect a small group of Udalorians from the ice surface of Sinor. These white furry omnivores wrap themselves into tight balls and roll across the planet's snowfield at astonishing speed. One animal was clocked at over 80 kilometers an hour. This aided in their detection, since the passage of their rolling form kicks up huge plumes of swirling snow. Or swirling snow. Okay. So every time it picks up an animal, we're going to get a little bio of, you know, the type of animal. We also get a plus 250 to our society research, which is a good bonus, really. So yeah, that's definitely gonna add border range. You know what? I'm gonna keep going for a little bit longer until we've finished the border range, because I want to see sort of the borders pop. As soon as we finish the research, just watch the borders and they will just pop out a little, which is always funny to see. There we go. Thank you very much. And I think, ooh, planetary unification. So we get +1 to our influence gain. Yes, please. Now we're getting an extra 1.4 just because of this, because we're satisfying lots of the conditions, which is always nice. Having robots from the very start is awesome for this, because otherwise we'd have a negative there. And it looks like science is what my people are most interested in at the moment. So if we alright, we can't embrace it because we've already got it, basically. But by embracing a faction, you take on its ethos. So for example, this faction is militaristic. So if we took it on, we'd become more militaristic. I think at the moment, we're not pacifist, but what are we? We are militarist and materialist. Okay. So then how come we can take on the... Oh, I suppose this becomes the primary instead of the secondary. Because, yeah. Although, no idea. Never mind. The factions are something that I'm still learning. I don't think I've yet managed to get it to work properly for me. But as I say, I'm going to leave it off there, guys. So please like, comment and subscribe, and see you later.